Let's go from this to this. Hey YouTube, it's KP with KP Details. Join me today as I do a paint correction. It was a two-step paint correction and ceramic coating with ASP Metal Oxide on this 2019 Acura RDX. The car is in really good condition. It is garage kept. It goes through a car wash once a week and then it gets wiped down during the middle of the week as well. So it does have swirls from that. This is, I don't know, some kind of transfers from something, but it does have some swirls from going through the car wash, and so we're going to take care of that today before we do the ceramic coating. I'm trying out one of the new products from my Car Supplies Warehouse mystery box. That was the Stoner's Iron Remover. That's the one that doesn't smell as bad, and I can tell you it really doesn't smell as bad. The reason why you see that I'm wearing a mask and also the eye protection is because it is pollen season. I have really bad seasonal allergies, and so I wanted to make sure that I was feeling up to actually finishing this job. As you can see, I'm going to be using multiple brushes. I also, in the blue liquid, was the Nanoskin non-acid tire and wheel cleaner. That's diluted 4:1. I'm using a Detail Factory brush. I gotta say, this is actually one of my favorite brushes as well. And then this little pad or this glove right here, I got from either Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. I'll make sure to link it in the description. It works great for what I need it to do. So once the wheels are done, then I started with the contact wash. I'm using up the rest of the Chemical Guys Clean Slate that I had. It is supposed to break down waxes, sealants, protectants, and whatnot that are on the car. Even after I used it and did a contact wash with it, and as you can see here, it didn't foam it. I'm having issues with my pressure washer, but that's a conversation for another day. I used the clean slate. You saw I had the yellow wash mitt initially that I was using on the windshield, and then I switched to a different mitt for when I started doing the roof. I just changed mitts. I don't put the dirty mitt back into the bucket. I use the one bucket method. Then here I am again with the Stoner's Iron Decon, and I'm using the Rag Company's clay towel to clay the entire vehicle. So I clayed the glass and all of the painted surfaces as well as the lights to make sure that they would be ready for a ceramic coating. We have two fluffy dogs. You've probably seen them in prior videos, and we used to use this Fido dog dryer. I don't like the Egos, or I have a Ryobi 40-volt blower. I don't like using it because it's too heavy and it's too unwieldy. Like, this for me is perfect. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know in the comments below. So because of how much this car had been through the car wash, and I'm assuming it's not a touchless car wash based on what I'm seeing, it had a lot of deeper scratches in there. And it's a very soft paint. The Acura paint is very soft. So first I used just the black pad, and that wasn't enough. I used the yellow Rupes foam pad, and that still wasn't deep enough. So I used the Eurofiber 50/50 on it, and that worked, but then it left me with quite a bit of hazing. And so since the Vonix is able to finish down really well, what I did was I did my 6 passes with the Vonix on the Eurofiber 50/50, left it there, and then I did 4 passes with this. This is the Rag Company's Lake Country CCS, the black pad, for finishing it down. And that gave me the finish that I was looking for. So as you can see here, that's what the paint was looking like before, and then this is what the paint looked like afterwards. Now the back of the car, I had to go to a 3-inch, and what was going on here is because of all these different curves, the 5-inch really would have actually just done some damage and would not have been able to get it contorted in a way that would actually get all of the different surfaces. This, I believe, is due to car washes and the chemicals that they're using for the waxes and whatnot. That gets stuck, and I've had it on quite a few different cars now. That gets stuck in the lettering, so in the badges and whatnot. So this is something that I learned from Jim White with White Details. You use a water spot remover and a brush, and you really get in there, get around all of the letters, get inside all of the little areas, because I had cleaned this area with the panel prep before. So this is after I panel prepped the car, and I was still seeing what I showed you just a little while ago. So I'm using the albino brush from Work Stuff, I believe it is, and it is one of their softer brushes because this is a nice soft paint. And I'm going to rinse it down now with the PNS Absolute Rinseless Wash, diluted 256:1, and use it in my Marilic sprayer. Just, it really helps with not having to pump. I do love that Marilic sprayer. It's been with me for, I think, two to 3 years now, and it drops. I've dropped it so many times. The only thing that happens is that top comes off, and it's good to go though. Once I was done with the rinseless, you can see that I'm using the G-Technic panel prep that I'd gotten in my Car Supplies Warehouse mystery box. And I actually like this panel prep. It didn't have a really strong smell. It actually smelled less than the Gyeon prep. The Gyeon prep kind of has more of a perfumey smell, whereas the G-Technic panel prep, this one, I think this is the version 2.0 if I remember correctly, doesn't really have too much of a scent at all. And so now this is what this looks like when I'm done. Initially, I was going to be using the BC7 coating, but the wrong one was shipped. I didn't realize it till the day off, so I had to use a backup coating, which is also still a 3 to 5 year coating. And it's the ASP Metal Oxide coating, which is similar to the Art to Shine coating, but it didn't require you to really get approval or be certified in order to use it. Then I am using the Pearl Applicator Sponge Hair. I think it's very comfortable. The bigger size was very comfortable on my hand, and I would definitely recommend using it. I've also used the applicator puck. I didn't find the puck quite as comfortable as this one. And then, of course, I'm going to be using the 2-towel method to get the coating off. The first one is going to be the edgeless pearl to wipe up the majority of the transfer solution. And then the second towel that I use has a longer texture, and that is the Eagle Edgeless 350, and those are my go-to whenever I'm doing any sort of coating on a vehicle. I recommend wearing a headlamp whenever you're doing a coating because especially with the edgeless pearl, you're actually able to see the little pearl weave outline in your ceramic coating, like what's left behind. And so that's why I really like using the Edgeless 350 to finish everything off and get a nice smooth application and look once everything is done. And here we are with the final product. I love how the Acura came out. The coating on these plastics really made a difference because they were kind of chalky before, just, you know, time, age, things like that. I did do a coating on the wheel faces, which was included in the package. I was able to get the majority of that little white stuff that was on the mirror, got that off. Roof, of course, was done. The glass up top was done. And then once everything was done with the ASP Metal Oxide, I did a BC3 on top of it as the sacrificial layer. So looks beautiful. Scratches are mostly gone. This was not going to be 100% defect removal, but car looks fantastic. Customer is happy with it. If you need ceramic coating in Chesterfield, Virginia, give me a call. Reach me on my website, kpdetails.com. Thanks for watching.